What up, guys? We're back with another video. Dang, I already got stuff on me. Oh, it's sweat. Anywho, today we got I guess you could say a fixer-upper. It was last minute thing. I had plans, obviously. We had plans for this one to get fixed, and then that's a whole different story that went down. But that was the point. Fixed. Obviously, you can see right in front of it. We have a 2000 Grand Prix. It's a fixer-upper. It looks like a jalopy. You already know. Obviously, we got it for a reasonable price. You know, has 226,000 miles. It actually runs really smooth. Just needs a good tune-up. Obviously, you can see it can use some love. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix this thing up. We're gonna pretty much clean up the headlights, maybe new headlights, maybe respray the front bumper. We might try to do that, and then obviously we're gonna try to clean up this. But of course, I already started getting started on it. I just decided to make a video. I know lately we haven't been making a lot, but we're gonna be making something now that we got more time. So obviously you can, right now it starts up, it shuts off. Obviously you can see, dang, the hood's starting to fall. As you can see, pretty much the throttle body is really, it's like caked with dirt. Let me fix this real quick. Try to make it taller. I don't think we're gonna get any better at this. There we go. All right, sorry about that. So as you can see, the throttle body is like really dirty. That's just something we're gonna assess. You know, I got the cleaning stuff in the back. That's honestly just gonna try to make it run better. We need spark plugs, oil, throttle body clean. I think there's a little clicking noise when you open the door or something. I think it's a actuator door for the heater. Honestly, like I said, we just got it. We picked it up. We didn't even test drive it. That's how big of a gamble we took. We didn't even test drive it. We just paid him, got a title. Well, I drove back, so that's all that matters. But of course, I did notice when we did drive back, the passenger wheel bearing is done. You can hear it grinding, wallowing. It pulls real hard. All the lights are on the dash for ABS, traction control. Of course, that might not be the problem, but I'm hoping that's the problem because it does have an ABS sensor on it. So hopefully that does fix it. If it doesn't fix it, we're gonna fix it. Of course, like I said, it is a fixer-upper. Most likely it's probably gonna be flipped. But of course, the way I see it, and of course I'm pretty sure the way y'all see it, we gotta make sure this thing is safe for the next person, let alone their family. I know it's an older car, you know, seen its better days, but I'm pretty sure we can clean it up. We cleaned up quite a bit of them in the past, especially for those that know me. They've seen the process of when I get them and when they're done. Pretty much we can get them cleaned up overall. Another note, this one might be a little tricky just because I personally don't know much anything about this car. All I know is got in it, drove it, that's it. Ignored every light or whatever. Don't bother me, you know, that's part of the fun. That's the part of the fun, that's the part of this channel. You know, we all gotta learn. The way I see it, try it out, do it yourself. Worst case scenario, you gotta pay someone to fix it anyway. Might as well give it a shot. I mean, but yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get the throttle body clean. Again, welcome back, and I hope to bring more bring more videos to y'all and everything. And of course, we are gonna bring that Ford in. We're gonna pull it on. Well, we're gonna get it to run and then pull it in here, get it roadworthy. I know we got some tires for it and stuff like that. We gotta get swapped out. Tires on it are rotted. Really, that's about it. So we're gonna get started with that, and then also we did get another coolant reservoir, as you can see. Where is it at? Oh, right here. As you can see, we got another one. We gotta clean it. We definitely gotta clean it. It has a lot of crap inside of it. We got it from Pick and Pull. You already know. Anyone from San Antonio, you're familiar with Pick and Pull. But sadly, when Pick and Pull, people don't know how to take off stuff. They just rip stuff off. And honestly, I'm glad I found this on the back seat. I did test it. I had a water bottle on me. I put water in it. It held. Another quick tip. Just saying. But we got to get that going. We got to get it to idle right. It runs pretty decent, but on startup, when it warms up, it's not having it. It's not having it at all. From the history that I know, that I was told, it needs a full tune-up. And all we got to degrease this motor. Obviously, you can see it's dirty, it's nasty. We got some stuff taken care of. This is the V6. It's not a V8. It's just a regular GPX, how you say it. Obviously, you can see it's a 2004 model. And it's a 3.8 liter. If I can get that to, there you go. So obviously, it needs some love. Most likely, I am gonna try to see if I can source out some wheels, some more premium wheels, either some alloys or some polish. That's just me. Honestly, we were at Pick and Pull and I found a beautiful leather interior, gray, and I think, look at this, some of it's gray, so there's a chance we're probably gonna do that swap if it's still there. I know I messed up. I should have got it when I had it, but I didn't have much help. You know, it was just me just getting rubber seals and stuff, and a cluster piece, as you're gonna see. And my tool bag, my hands are already full. So either way, by the time I come back and go, I wasn't having it. It's hot. San Antonio, it's hot. But let's get into it. As you can see, I just wiped it down, so that wasn't that bad. But throttle body, golly! I did some other research on YouTube and Google. They did say that obviously on these Grand Prix, I guess it's common. For some reason, when the throttle body is dirty, which makes sense, it has a hard time starting when it's warmed up and idling. Hopefully that fixes it. And also the coolant temp isn't working. But there's a reason why. As you can see, those two wires right there. Yeah, that goes to this. Why it's like that, I don't know. We're gonna find out. Like I said, it's a journey, just like it is for me and you. We're gonna get this thing running. We're gonna get it running good, and then honestly, at the end of the day, well, not today, obviously, but when it's time, we're gonna see what the finished product is. And obviously, if you want to follow along as this progresses, there might be multiple videos. Obviously, it's a lot of work, so it's gonna take some time. Really, let's see where it goes, see how nice we can make this thing. But obviously, we can't put too much in it because obviously we still got to turn a profit. But we will make sure it does go to a good home. Obviously, that's the goal. Obviously, it's lived a rough life, and well, it's time to kind of change it back up. So let's get at it. All right, guys, so check this out. This stuff is cake. Like, it's so stiff. Obviously, you could tell. I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is. I mean, I know a lot of people say, oh, don't clean it that way. But, well, everyone has their differences. And honestly, if it messes up, we just get another one. Not saying that's the goal, but obviously, you work with what you got. We're using this cleaner. I heard it's pretty good. It's a Lucas parts cleaner, degreaser. On the back it says it's good for throttle bodies and carbs. I mean, it works. And of course we got this stuff. So that's obviously to clean the engine bay when it's time. Right now we're just trying to get it running right, and then we're just gonna change the, I went blank. Change the coolant reservoir, and then once we change that and get it all cleaned up, then we're gonna degrease the whole motor and clean it up. Obviously I wanted to start with the engine bay first because the inside doesn't look too bad, but I could be wrong. We still need a couple other things for the inside. Obviously we need I think it's like a radial bezel, glove box, center armrest, possibly some new seats. If we can't clean these up, it kind of has a kind of like wet smell to it. Of course the door seal leaks, so of course that explains it. But other than that, let's get back after it. Woo! Woo! Alright. So, moment of truth. We got it all put back together, we got it cleaned up and everything. Cross your fingers. Hope it starts up the first time. I know when you would start it, you would have to give it gas. So, yeah, it's something else we need to fix. You can see. Okay. Got the key. This is what I was talking about. We need to figure out if we could find a replacement for this. If not, maybe glue it, respray it black. I don't know. I mean, everything seems like it's here. So technically, we might be able to save this. I just don't know where the hell this is. We got a replacement for this. So honestly, yeah, that just... Anywho. We got a replacement for that. I already knew it was coming apart, and yeah. So obviously, oh, actually we might have to put that back. You can't see the dash. Good as new. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, turn thing, check engine light. Okay. I know this doesn't work, but obviously we saw it's not connected. This light and the brake light, which is like dimmed out. Damn, that's actually pretty dirty. But that's on obviously because of the wheel hub. So perfect. So obviously you can see I got a new one of these just because this is kind of ugly. The radio does work. Oh, I gotta turn that off. But that does work, but obviously this kind of looks disgusting. So we might just get a reasonable radio for it. This, on the other hand, I'm not liking how that's like that. Obviously, someone that hasn't had a car like this, I'm not saying it's like the newest thing, but is not familiar with it, they're gonna want to know what those buttons do. And of course, if not, the dash is cracked, but it's just that one trim. We're gonna try to find it. We're gonna go back to the yard and go see if we can find it. We might not be able to get it, so worst case scenario, we'll just put a dash cover over it. Obviously, cold air works, which is a plus. It needs Freon. You can tell it needs Freon. But, and then that wrap, believe it or not, is this little thing right here. So a little fix. Obviously, need a center armrest. We need a glove box. His handle's broken. So overall, I mean, the seats aren't bad. They're not ripped. They're just kind of ugly. We're gonna try to clean them. Honestly, it's not bad. Like, it really isn't. Like, when I first got it, like I said, I just paid him, took the title. I've seen him drive it back and forth to work, especially the distance. So it's like, I know it needs work. I knew it needed some front end work because the wheel bearing was shot. While driving it home, you heard it. You felt it. That one tire, I'll show you a little bit. That one tire, you can tell it's done. But either way, it needs a matching steel wheel with some hubcaps, or I'm gonna try to find a little bit nicer, like aluminum alloy or polish out of like the premium version. Just kind of make it look a little bit more better. We're probably gonna go that route just because the cars, it's not like it's old, but it's not like it's a 2000. Like, you can hear it, but as soon as I touch it, it goes away. That's easy fix. But the car is not bad. It just needs some fixing up. I mean, we're definitely tinting the windows. We're gonna tint the windows on this side. Yeah, we're tinting the windows. Because I know the next person wants tinted windows. But all the windows work. AC works. The heater doesn't work. But of course, it's gonna be summer, so you're not really gonna need that. But that clicking noise you heard earlier, when you open the door, I think it's the blend door. I think it's like malfunctioning. I think that's common on these, so that's something we'll just look at later, a little bit later. Before we do let it go, we are gonna get it assessed, because obviously, winter comes, you're gonna have to have heater, especially if they have kids. I have kids, so honestly, well, yeah, I always try to keep up with what I have, but the next person might not have the time for it. So anywho, we're gonna knock this out. So right now we're gonna do the coolant reservoir, and I'm gonna show you as well. We're gonna do that and see where it goes. Well, right now we're gonna rinse it out, and then we're gonna put it in, fill it up with coolant, and then we're gonna take care of that temperature sensor, because obviously the car is running. And that's why this came back on, because I put it on my little Amazon special scanner to show y'all. You go to read codes. We're gonna look into that one right there. Engine. So obviously it's not reading because it's not connected. Someone snipped it. Don't know why. But that's why that keeps coming back on. The other one we're gonna look into it. But obviously it's not reading because it's not connected. I wanted to get a whole new cluster just because that's pretty fucked up. I mean, that's pretty messed up. I'm trying to keep it PG just because I mean, I know kids watch it, but that's pretty screwed up. There we go. We like that. That's pretty screwed up. Yeah. Man, it's hot. Let's get after it. What's up, man? What up? So this is what we got. We got it running good overall. We got it running good. I just started working on aesthetics. Of course, that's now. That was before. Obviously, you can see that was pretty bad. Nah, that one cleaned up a little bit, but this cleaned up a lot. So right now, I'm trying to save the bezel. I'm trying to save that. So I ended up picking up this one because the buttons, obviously, and then you can see the buttons on that one. So sadly, I can't use that one, but I can use the buttons just because it shows a different mileage. And also, we're not about that. So we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna do it right. So it only shows a different mileage, but it says a GXP. This is a wide track, I believe. So when the original one, when you turn it on, it says wide track. The other one says GXP, and it shows like a little flag or something like that. So obviously that's not gonna work. And now it says tire sensors, and this car doesn't have tire sensors, so it would have a light on for like no reason. So obviously we're doing that. As you can see, we pulled it out, you know, we're trying to get it all good. I still have the original one, but we're gonna wait because we're gonna change this out. We're gonna change that out because that one has a crack. We need a new lens. So of course we're doing that. Of course, right now we're fixing a light bulb situation. Obviously here you can tell that I tried beating it out. We tried straightening it out. Try getting that dent out. So close to getting this out. Alright, so we're trying to get this dent out as well. We're kind of jumping around. I'm trying to slow down and Hit everything. This is another thing we're gonna clean up. We're gonna put LEDs in it. You already know, if you've seen the Dodge, we do LED everything. We don't joke around when it comes to LED. So of course, as you can see, this is a project. It's just cosmetics, and then this heat, it don't help at all. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It don't help at all. So obviously you can see in the background, we're trying to glue it back. Pray we could save it, because I really don't want to spend 180 for another bezel. I try looking at the junkyard, everyone breaks them, they're missing. So we're gonna try a different yard tomorrow. If we can find one, we'll get it. Then trying to save this one, but we're still gonna try to save it just in case. But of course, as you can see, let's get in there. And then of course we're gonna be on the lookout for the wheels, like I said, obviously, because look at it, is done. Not only that, but that's just a random wheel. That's off of like a 2000s, like that's off of an older model. So we got the power steering fixed. It was just a loose line power steering, so it was winding, so we fixed that. We got it to idle better. We cleaned out the throttle body. I think I gotta take the sensor back off and clean that. For some reason it's acting weird. I keep setting off a light for a map sensor, but even if it's that, we'll just get a map sensor. We got the coolant temperature fixed. It was snipped for some reason. What else was there? I think that's about it. So like I said, at the moment we're focusing on this one, and then we'll focus on that one, which is the 84. I know I've been pushing it off a lot. That's just sometimes things pop up last minute, and honestly that's more like a pleasure. That's more of a toy for me. This one obviously is just to kind of get it in, get it out. You know, I had a couple cars like that. I had a Mustang, I had a Fusion, 2 Fusions, an old one and a newer style, like a 13. I had a Durango. You know, we try to pump them out. I don't like them to sit a lot, because not only that, because out here we get field mice. So of course if that gets in it, then you know. But other than that, I guess from there, stick around for part 2.
She ate it up like an edible. I'm leaving there like a resident. She said the dig is incredible. She think I'm one of her skeletons. I'm pushing it like a pedal.